Hello everybody, I'm Conquering History Games, and welcome to not the first Crusader Kings 3 campaign on the channel, but it is the first Succession game I've ever put up on the channel, so I'm pretty excited about this, and I hope that you are too. This is going to be a collaboration with, at the time of this recording, myself, Pen Kitten, Sardus, and DJ Paul TJED, all of whom I'm going to put links to their channels in the description. I'm also going to make a playlist and make public everybody's episodes as we go through this, however long that it takes. It's probably gonna be the next several weeks, if not a couple of months, depends on how long this Dynasty goes, and I don't know who else is going to join in along the way, but I'll try to update the description as we go over the next several weeks, so that everybody who gets involved in this series will be linked from this first episode. So I'm pretty excited about it. So who we are going to be starting as, and I'm very honored to have been chosen to be the one to start this off. We're going to be going over here to the Great Adventurer's Start. Every dynasty comes from humble beginnings. The climb to power is usually a slow process, each generation moving a few steps up the ladder through careful planned marriages and ceaseless wars. I'm sure that all of my marriages will indeed be carefully planned. Nothing could possibly go wrong. These are times of great change and upheaval. With a lot of courage and maybe a little luck, a hero might raise their family name from obscurity to legend. Are you ready to take on the challenge? So, we're going to be playing as Count Eudes of Anjou in July of 866. The Viking raider Heistin slew Eudes' father. Eudes, incidentally, is sometimes referred to as Odo of France. So if you're ever trying to look him up, it's one or the other. Actually, I usually see him as Odo. But whatever, it's not a big deal. Mere months later, his mother Adelaise died, giving birth to his brother Robert. The world is cruel, and the future might seem uncertain, but these orphan boys are destined to sit on the French throne. Their descendants, the Capets, will rule France for centuries to come. Can you navigate the treacherous politics of medieval France and fulfill the destiny of the Robertian brothers? I'll talk more about that destiny later. We're going all default on everything except because I'm working with a bunch of prudes. I'm kidding, it's because of YouTube. There will never be character nudity displayed. Sorry everybody, but I think that's just going to be standard going forward. Alright, let's hop into it. So, as far as the people who I am collaborating with are concerned, if you're also interested in some more Crusader Kings 3 content from them while you wait for their turn to start, Pen Kitten has a Comenos Dynasty campaign going on where he's playing... where is he? Hold on a second. Yeah. Here, I'm looking for... Wait, where's the family? The Comenos family again? I knew where they were. They're over here. He's a 10-year-old. I should know. Hold on a second. This is a little awkward. There's going to be a cut. I'm sorry. I'm an absolute fool, which really bodes well for the start of this campaign. But yeah, the Comenos dynasty does not exist yet. They're not going to show up until later, and then he's trying to take over the Byzantine Empire from the inside. Sardus is also playing up here in Wessex, going to be doing an Alfred. He's doing an Alfred the Great run, and then DJ Paul D is playing Duke Vratislav. I never know how to pronounce that name, of Bohemia. Not this one, but the 1066 guy. So they've all got campaigns going on right now that you should go check out if you want to go see their content. And again, links to their channels will be in the description below. So, you guys know me. I got to give a little bit of historical context going on. So it's the year 867, as has been already established. Count Hastein of Montague here, who's the one who in Crusader Kings 2 you could just go absolutely crazy. You know, you can go and create empires in India, you can form the Kingdom of Israel, you can take over the Umayyads, and all sorts of stuff. I've done it before, plenty of others. It's a lot of fun. Well, we actually have to declare war on him. Immediately we can allegedly holy war against him, but he's also our rival because he killed our father. So if we actually go to our... If we go here to our father, Duke Robert the Strong of Anjou, you'll see cause of death, slain in battle, July 2nd, 866 by Count Hasten. Now, who are the Robertines? The Robertines are a family that we can trace back actually to our current character's great-grandfather, Robert of Hazebay, the Count of Worms. Now, Odo himself, I'm going to be calling my character Yudes and Odo interchangeably. The Odo thing is kind of habit. I'll try not to do it. Odo would eventually, obviously not when he was a child, become the Duke of the Franks, as well as the Count of Anjou. He's probably most famous for his battles around Paris against various Viking leaders. And eventually, he was actually elected to be the king of the Western Franks after the Emperor Charles the Fat was overthrown, and he would be crowned in 888. So we got about 21 years in order to become emperor, if we're going to follow the real-life timeline. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think the game mechanics will allow it. And he ended up being involved in wars against other Charles, such as the Charles the Simple. Now, the Battle of Paris thing, he had been fighting the Vikings apparently continuously for about 13 months, warding them off until Charles the Fat, who is not here yet, but he's the son of this guy, Lothar II, so yeah, he hasn't been born yet, I think, but he basically bribes the Vikings with silver so that they move on down the line, and they go into this Burgundy area instead. Anyway, that's essentially the story of Odo. He eventually becomes elected as the king of the Franks. Now, he will die in 898, and his brother Robert, you might have noticed that he was mentioned earlier. He's just been born. He's already been given the Capetian name. He ends up becoming the king of the Franks as well. So, here's where things get interesting. He ends up marrying Beatrice of Vermandois, who was a descendant of Charlemagne. He was her great-great-great-grandfather via Pippin, the king of the Lombards. And then the two of them had their son, Count Hugh the Great, who marries into the Ottomans, actually. Not the Ottomans, the Ottonians. He marries the daughter of Henry, King of Germany, who reigned from 919 to 936, and their child is King Hugh Capet, which leads to the Capetian dynasty, and so by extension, the Robertian family, in a way, leads to the royal houses of the Capetians, the Valois, the Orleans, the Angloumans, the Bourbons. Also, they can eventually be, go down into the royal houses of Portugal, such as Burgundy and Aviziz. And of course, the Habsburgs have to get involved. That's a really interesting one because Hugh actually had a daughter. Hugh the Great, not the father of Hugh Capet, had a daughter, Beatrice, who had a daughter named Ida, who marries the first Count of Habsburg. So lots of interesting dynasties come out of this family tree. And so hopefully all of us collectively will be able to do something as great if I can get us off to a good start. So let's actually go over our characters themselves. First off, we have a whole lot of claims. We'll start with Robert here. He's my brother and heir. He's hale, so he's got a little bit of a health boost, a little bit more prowess and attraction, and he's balanced at the moment. He's just been born. But as for me, I am calm, which increases diplomacy and intrigue, helps with stress loss, dread decay, plus 50%, scheme discovery chance, plus 10%, calm characters like me more, wrathful characters like me less. I am just is pretty good. Plus 2 stewardship, hurts my intrigue, but increases my learning, so it kind of all just pans out evenly. But vassal opinion's a plus 5, which is the important thing. I am rowdy, which is increasing my martial and intrigue, always on the move, full of energy and mischief. When he is up to something, it is not uncommon for others to get hurt. Okay, we're Catholic, we're French, 3 diplomacy, 6 martial, 4 stewardship, 0 intrigue, 7 learning. Now, I don't think we have a guardian at the moment, so we have got to fix that first, probably. Alright. Who is it going to be? I have my half-sister here who is an astute intellectual. Could be good for the learning. It is our best trait. Could just kind of double down on that. I'm not so sure how useful the other traits would be. Like, Martial's kind of good, but I think alliances are going to have to be the way I get things done. We've got someone here who's a physician and an insightful thinker. We've got a brilliant strategist here in Isabeau. 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 I think that's how it's pronounced. Okay. Interesting. You know, if I'm going to go into something, I might as well go all the way. So if I could become a brilliant strategist, that would be very nice. And Martial is my second highest trait at the moment. We have another one here, my Spy Master and Knight. This might go a little bit better if it's Thomas who is in charge. He's arbitrary. I don't like that. You know, we're gonna go with Isabeau. Less likely to oppose me directly. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Although there's the opinion boost, and I do want my Spy Master to like me so I don't, you know, die. Yeah, you know what, let's do that. We're gonna have it be Thomas to get the boost. Guardian of your relative. Yeah. Okay, so I'm now Thomas's ward. That part was easy. Let's go over all the claims that we have here. We've got some. Okay, let's go. I guess going from the bottom to the top. The unpressed claims we have are on the county of Worms. Wait, come on, mouse, work. The county of Worms, which is over here. So a lot of this stuff that we hold is actually in East Francia. We've got Worms, Klingberg. You can see them. I don't know if you can see them highlighted in this area here. Worms, Klingberg, and Sauerbrücken, which is in Lotharingia. We have claims on the county of Vendôme, which is there. On U in the north. Laceux, Alencon, Avranches, Bayeux, Evreux, Rouen, Touraine, and the entirety of the Duchy of Anjou. Of course, the problem is all of those areas are within the kingdom of King Charles the Bald of West Francia, who is a heterosexual. And, of course, has overwhelmingly, well, technically vastly superior strength to us. We've only got 284 levies that we can call on. They've got almost 2,500, and they have a couple of more knights as well. So I don't think much is going to happen there. We're probably going to have to look outside the realm in terms of expansion. Maybe down the line we can attempt an independence movement or something. But for right now, I think we've got to play it safe and just stay alive, have some kids. Having said that, I think I can form a branch family. Or is that later? Yeah, we are also in line to inherit several titles, but we're pretty far down the line, and we cannot scheme to murder just yet because we're a kid. So we'll probably be moving through these first few years pretty quickly just to get a move on things and become an adult. Okay. And, you know, I probably shouldn't form my own cadet branch. Be brave, that's our house motto. Okay, so other things that I want to do. There's no way we're going to be able to get a war going in Count Haston. He's far, far too strong because he has all those special event soldiers so that you can do achievements with him and stuff. Which is fine. I understand. What alliances are available to me? Oh yeah, a few knights. Let's, hold on. Let's go to my decision tab. We want to invite some knights to court. It's going to cost me some prestige, but it's just good to have them. We don't need a physician just yet. I am so sorry. Alarm. Restoring the Holy Empire, that would probably be something fun down the line. But that's not going to happen in my lifetime. These are the requirements, though. Okay. So, let's get my council doing various things. How strong is Brittany? Very weak. 363. That's it. So maybe advancing into that area and trying to become king could be something interesting to do. Yeah. So, let's go over here to my council. And get fabricating a claim up here. See, I could fabricate claims within the area, but I think it's just a bad idea. So we're going to work on the county of Vantes. Oh, wait. Hold on. Excuse me, no, Nantes. That's the one I want. Here. Alright, fabricate that claim. That's going to take a while. 19 months. We're in no rush. Alright, my chancellor. Domestic affairs, integrating a title. Yeah, let's go for foreign affairs. Alright, for my steward. Can't go wrong collecting taxes. Boy, I'm not a fan of how scattered our holdings are. Alright, my marshal, yeah, organizing levies is fine. You could disrupt schemes. Yeah, we can't really scheme ourselves right now, so yeah. Okay, everything seems to be okay. Hopefully when we get older we'll be able to get on our liege's council. That's kind of the ideal there. Could search for a physician. Yeah, I don't want to be dying early, so let's do that. Okay, now, I think a relatively realistic alliance we can go for is maybe with either Asturias or Navarre. Now, I've got a couple of sisters here. I have Bertha Robertian, who's actually kind of interesting because through her mother, House Carling, so we technically have Carling blood in our veins, she has an unpressed claim on the Kingdom of East Francia, which is this area that takes up a large chunk of what's now Germany and Austria, as well as the Kingdom of Italy and West Francia. So she basically has claims on everything except for Lotharingia, and she also has a lot of these other county claims that we went over before. So this is pretty interesting. We want to make sure that we get her into a good matrilineal marriage. Now the thing is, because these are unpressed claims, I don't think they're going to be inherited. So this probably will not go anywhere, unfortunately. That's just sort of the way it is. These larger Carling kingdoms are just way too strong. Like, I think Italy here is the weakest one with almost 1,000 levies. And then, oh no, East Francia's only got 785. Then Lotharingia has 864. West Francia, though, is absolutely huge with its 2,400. But the greater point is that we're relatively weak, and of course they have their vassals. They're going to be forming alliances very, very quickly, I'm sure. So I'm just not sure how likely it is that we can press some of these claims. I swear I'm going to try to unpause, guys, in this episode. Okay. Right now I'm focusing on a martial education. Yeah, which is good, because we got our brilliant strategist here. This is House Robertian, our insignificant dynasty with only noteworthy splendor. Okay, we're Catholic right now. We are French culture. King Charles the Bald is dealing with our innovations. Okay. So, Bertha, let's find you somebody to marry into. I don't think I'm going to be able to marry her into the Carling branches, but maybe we'll get lucky. Because a lot of them are going to already be married. Let's look at East Francia. Come on, do you have a son? Whoops. Do you have a son who's not married? Prince Karl's married. Ludwig's not married. Okay. What are the odds we can get them to arrange? Okay, Bertha and Ludwig. They will not accept. They're related. There's a chance of inbreeding. So, yeah, Prince Ludwig's marrying down. That's a minus 40. Opinion of Bertha's low. Opinion of me is low. Prince Ludwig's own marriage. What do you mean his own marriage? He's not married. Alright, what about Carlman? Carlman's married. He's got a kid. Arnulf. Okay, Arnulf here does not have kids. Could we maybe get this going? They're not going to accept. Marrying down. Arnulf Carling's a to Prince Carlman. Alright. So East Francia is a no-go. How about Prince Hughes? I swear if it wasn't for them explaining what the gender is, I wouldn't know with some of these characters, just because of the long hair. Okay. Prince Hughes. Can we get something going here, maybe? They will not accept. Wow, that's a huge minus 92. Bearing down minus 80. Yeah, too close to the throne. How about in West Francia here? Okay, you got a lot of kids, man. Prince Carloman, 17. Has to be kind of far down in the line of succession, right? No! Still because of the marrying down. Okay, I don't think this is going to happen with the Carlings. Now, we can maybe come up here to Wessex or to Asturias. Wessex is actually a little bit stronger. The problem is I'm afraid that if we enter an alliance with them, we're just going to be spending all of our time fighting up here in the Isles. So I'm not a fan of that. Now, this guy's got a lot of siblings. Let's go for the youngest one, Odario. Actually, maybe if we can go a little bit older, 16-year-old. Will you marry Berta? Yes. Okay. If it's matrilineal, are you still down? No. Okay, so we'll go for the younger one instead, because I'm sure that we can maybe swing the matrilineal. No, they still won't do it. Age considerations, terrified of me. See, if there's not a matrilineal one, then what's the point? Find a spouse. Somebody who's down for this. Greek, Irish. I don't think that's going to happen. What about my other sister, Wealth? She's not in the family, so I don't really care as much about her being in a non-matrilineal marriage. So, okay, Judith. Let's try that here in, like, East Francia or something, or in Lothringia, actually, because that's the one that we don't have any claims on. So we got Prince Hughes. They will not accept. The marrying down just hurts so bad. Okay. What are we going to do, then? I guess the Infantes guy here. Okay, this they will accept. And she'll get 500 prestige off of this marriage. Alright, we're going to do that. Get us a little bit of an alliance here. Now, I think we're going to wait on marrying my other sister off. Okay, my brother Nuno are joined in holy matrimony. Great. The world is full of dangers, even to a count and his court. As per my request, my servants have inquired after recommendations. Now they have assembled a few options to choose from. Apparently Henri is quite experienced. 10 learning, I don't think so. Hildegard seems enthusiastic, if nothing else. Wow, they both suck. We're not going to do that. Terrible, terrible. I'd never go for less than 15. So Duke, my liege, my half-brother Hugo, just converted his culture to French, which is fine. And we now have a new knight here as well. 20 prowess, that's cool. Skilled tactician, legendary blade master, unyielding defender. Very good stuff. That might be my, this guy might be my marshal moving forward. Alright, and for right now, I think the only war we're going to do is against King Salomon of Brittany here. Okay, let's take a look at our issues. Now, we're not currently endorsed by the bishop. I don't think we can do anything about that while we're still a kid. We can press a claim against the Count of Vendôme. Pressing my claims here. They are weaker than us. but only very slightly. Let's pause things here. They got 371, and we have 500. We also have this alliance with Asturias. Well, part of Asturias. Because I kind of screwed that up a little bit. So I guess it would kind of work on getting us united. Yeah, it would unify these areas. So he has no alliances. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't declare this war. Yeah, the contested title. Alright, we're gonna do it. Let's raise our armies up. And call in my ally. Now, all we have to really do here is avoid their army, let it get out of the way, and then go take their one county, and we might be able to win this fight with basically no casualties. Alright, so we're gonna get a hot start. Quick war as a 10-year-old child. Fight early, fight often, right? The triumphant music's playing! Great. Okay, Sinful Prince Bishop is there. We've got some additional taxes going on. Alright, let's take a look at our commander. It's Thomas right now. It doesn't really matter. I'll look at changing him if we end up needing somebody else, but this should be all there is to it. Okay. Alright, now we're going to try to also keep a little bit of an eye on what's going on in the rest of the world. Of course, we have the huge Bulgaria here. The Byzantine Empire is in a really good position right now, although the Abbasids are on their doorsteps. And we'll just sort of see how... I'll just try to check in every so often on what's going on in the rest of the world, especially in the Isles. Yeah, alright, we control Vendôme, and yet that's not enough to win the war, apparently. Puts me at 58. Okay, we just have to besiege this other area, I guess. And here come my allies. We certainly will win any confrontation, I think. We're going to lose a few points here because Anjou itself is falling. Or excuse me, Chartres. This is Anjou. I should know these areas of France better. I've studied the Vendôme. The war in the Vendôme. So, shameful display. The Prince of Brittany is not a fan of me because of my Count Chancellor's actions. Well, I guess I'll just have to live with that. Wow, minus 55% because they occupy that area. But still, it should just go up to 100 once we occupy everything they own. And then if not, we could just go kill them. Unfortunately, I cannot force my ally to come along. That's sort of the biggest problem in the game right now. But that's it. We're done. The Angevin claim on the county of Vendôme has gone in our favor. We're going to get 15 fame. And that's all there is to it. To the loathsome youths, may wisdom ever elude you. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. Which is definitely how French accents sounded back then. Alright, so good start, everybody. Let's go ahead and disband our forces, and hey, we've already got a county, so, you know, if we get a county every single episode, it's only going to take us, let's see here, how do you check how many counties there are in an area? Let's try it this way. Let's try it a different way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah, if we do it, figure every county. Okay, how many duchies are in here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15, right? Did I count that right? So, if we got one county every episode, and figure every 2 counties we were able to create a duchy, even though that's not how that works, in about 30 episodes, we will be the king of West Francia. So, terrific start. Terrific start. But seriously, I hope it is a good omen for this campaign. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope I'm doing the card thing right. I'm going to put up on the screen the card to the master playlist that should have everybody's videos in this series in there. So depending on when you're watching this, Pen Kitten should be there, and Saurus and everybody else. I'll also try to put cards that link to other people's channels. I'm not sure if that's how it works, but if not, I'll find some other interesting thing to put up there. So the screen should be absolutely full right now, where you're seeing links to a lot of other great campaigns. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Conquering History Games, and let the Robertian Dynasty be brave, and may God bless us. I'll see you next time.